Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our 31-day path to wisdom. Today we're going to be looking at Proverbs 9. And I want to start by, we live in a world of endless invitations. Our notifications buzz. They say, buy this, or watch that, or believe these people and not these people. But Proverbs 9 cuts through the noise. It cuts through those competing invitations that tend to define our very existence nowadays. It's one from wisdom and a warning against folly. Because both of these, wisdom and folly, promise satisfaction. But only one of them delivers. See, in a culture that's obsessed with freedom of choice, Solomon warns, your choices are not neutral, and they shape your destiny. See, wisdom isn't about hiding. See, in this here, it says she's built a house. Wisdom has built a house, prepared a feast, and sent out the invitations. The menu is insight, understanding, and a fear of the Lord. Think about that. But here's the catch. You have to RSVP. You have to admit that you need her, that you need wisdom. See, she targets the simple and those who lack judgment. In other words, everyone who is humble enough to say, I don't have it figured out. I don't have it all together. That's who wisdom is looking for. In an age made of self-influencers and trust your gut mantras, wisdom's call feels kind of countercultural. Because it doesn't flatter, it transforms. The feast isn't about comfort here, my friends. It's about growth. It says to leave your childish ways in verse 6. Because true wisdom begins when we trade arrogance for humility. When we trade scrolling for seeking. When we trade pride for teachability. But then there's folly. Folly is loud. It's restless, and believe it or not, it's strategically positioned at the same crossroads as wisdom. The pitch of folly is this: stolen water is sweet, and food eaten in secret is delicious. If you translate that into our vernacular here, it means indulge your cravings. Live for the moment because you deserve it. There's no rules, no need for repentance, no responsibility to be had. And that's the lie of our age, my friends. That autonomy equals freedom. Because the folly feast is a trap. It says her house is a haunted mansion. The guests are already spiritually dead in verse 18. They're addicted to temporary highs that leave them even emptier than before they began. Does this sound familiar to you? We see it in broken relationships that were caused by reckless choices. We see it in anxiety from chasing mirages of success. We see it in the numbness of endless distraction that we all seek. Folly's feast always ends in regret, my friends. But Proverbs 9 isn't just about two paths here. It's about daily decisions. See, wisdom and folly are not abstract concepts. They're actually voices that shape our habits. See, wisdom says pause before you post. But folly says clap back and go viral. Wisdom says to forgive. Folly says to hold a grudge. You're the victim. Wisdom says invest in what lasts. Folly says buy now, pay later. My friends, every day we choose who we dine with. And here's the kicker. We become what we consume. If we feast on wisdom, we'll develop a taste for the truth. If we feast on folly, we'll grow numb to destruction. Now, for Christians, this wisdom is found in Jesus' final invitation. When he said in John 6:35, I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never go hungry. See, at the cross, he fully exposed folly's lie. He exposed the lie that we can save ourselves. His resurrection offers us a seat at the ultimate feast, a life of presence, a forgiven past, and eternal hope, my friends. See, following him means daily choosing humility over ego, love over hate, eternity over the moment. So how do we do this? We start with humility. We admit that we're not perfect. We admit there are areas that we have chosen to be foolish. We admit the areas that we have chosen to rebel. And then we ask God for wisdom. We audit our feast. What voices dominate your feed? What conversations and habits dominate your life? Unfollow the folly. And the third lesson here is to feast together. Wisdom grows in community, not on your own. Join a small group somewhere. Find a mentor somewhere, or a friend committed to seeking truth. See, in the end, Proverbs 9 isn't a chapter, just a chapter. It's a mirror. It's a mirror to who we're becoming. Are we becoming a person of wisdom or a person of folly? Are we becoming marked by humility in life, or are we chasing shadows? Today's wisdom, my friend, calls us out, and her table is ready. The question is, will you sit down? Have a blessed day. Take care.